Alright, what's up guys? I got my Macy's bag here. I am just coming back from the store. All that's in this bag is 12 cans of Mountain Dew Kickstart.
Alright everybody, welcome back to The Infinite. Really glad to have you here today. I've got the windows open. I'm trying to air out this place, get some good fresh air in here because I'm telling you, this quarantine is really getting to me. So I got my Kickstart here. We are good to go. I think that it's going to be a lot more productive in these next few days. Okay guys, I've got all of the latest Apple news for you today. I'm really excited to jump right into it, and let's do this. Okay, first up on the list is something that people are calling Flexgate, and it deals with the 15-inch MacBook Pro from 2016. Okay, so as you can see in this image here, consistently opening and closing the lid of your MacBook can cause the cords to eventually wear out and begin to tear, which obviously is a malfunction. That should not be happening, especially after just 4 years. And as you can see in the picture here, it starts to give your display this stage light effect, which shows that it's about to fail. So there is a lawsuit against Apple right now, which is always a bummer, but I feel like there's always a lawsuit, like one or another, going against Apple, so it's not really that big of a deal. But the thing is, they're asking them to extend the repair program to remedy this issue in the 15-inch MacBook Pro from 2016, which Apple will probably do. So that's that. If you're having this issue, obviously this is an issue. This is something to follow. Apple will most likely extend the repair program to cover your MacBook and fix that issue for you. Okay, next up, do you remember AirPower? I know for sure that you do, because AirPower was one of the coolest things that Apple has ever announced, in my opinion. I don't know what it is about like a wireless charger that can just charge all of your devices at the same time, but that is so cool, and that's like high on the things that I'd like to see from Apple. So the newest copycat, so to speak, has come out. It's not a copycat, but it does basically the same thing that what AirPower promised it would do. It's from a company called Zens. So it's called the Zens Liberty wireless charger. And what's cool is that it comes with this glass edition, which is see-through, so you can actually see the charging cables on the inside. That's kind of cool. AirPower would not have that. There's 16 coils inside, plus you can optionally get this edition right here with the Apple Watch that puts it up on a stand to charge that, so that's cool. The thing is that the Apple Watch actually does wirelessly charge, even though it does have that cable onto the wireless. Here, I'll show you. Okay, so obviously you've seen this before. This is how the Apple Watch charges, and even though like you're saying, well, there is a wire, the thing is that it technically is wireless. It just has to have this exact connector. It's a proprietary charging system, and so Apple Watch would have charged wirelessly on AirPower. But the thing is that no other third-party device can supply power to the Apple Watch wirelessly. It has to use this proprietary connector from Apple. So that's why it would have charged on AirPower, but all of these other wirelessly charging devices you see, like Zens Liberty, they have to have a separate connector for the Apple Watch. So it's a little bit of a bummer, and that's what AirPower would provide. The good news is that the rumors are saying that AirPower is actually going to be coming. So hopefully that's either WWDC, I think, is pushing it a little bit. I could see it happening, however, in September. If that happens, oh, I would die. Okay, so that's Zens Liberty charger. If you're looking for something right now, great. I think that this is awesome. However, if you can wait, I would wait and see if the rumors are true, if Apple really is creating an AirPower device. So let's see what happens. But either way, looks like a really great device, cool charger. Okay guys, you know Samsung? Of course you know Samsung, because they are absolutely the worst company ever. They've again announced that they are following Apple's lead. Again, they're copying Apple. They're announcing a new debit card. Of course, they've had Samsung Pay around forever, 5 years apparently. But now they are doing a new debit card. And as you can see, actually here, is this an ad? In this little blip it here, I don't know if this is an ad or like another thing, but Google is also doing a card. So the difference is, from the Apple Card, a lot of people are switching to Apple Card because of the privacy features. Apple Card does not have your card number on the card anywhere. It's only in the app on your phone, which is securely authenticated using Face ID or Touch ID or your passcode. So the thing is that a lot of people like Apple Card for the privacy factor of it. Samsung and Google are seeming to be going towards like a banking kind of system rather than the Apple credit card. So we'll have to wait and see what more details are. Samsung's vice president just announced this in a blog post. A lot less cool than how they announced the Apple card, but whatever. So that's happening, and again, Samsung is copying Apple, so no surprises, but kind of lame. Okay guys, turning to the stock market, Apple's stock has actually recovered from coronavirus super well. I was noticing that this morning actually. So as you can see here, like this is insane. So Apple was down here 266. If I go to 3 months, it was even worse. 224 was how much they dropped due to the coronavirus basically. So I'm at 224 right there. It was pretty bad for Apple, but they've rebounded super well. So today they're at 310.41. Obviously that's going to be differing a little bit throughout the day. I originally bought Apple way back when it was like 200, which was great. I should have bought when they were 173 the day of WWDC 2019. I looked at Apple stock and I was like, wow, 173, I should get that. For some reason, I thought that they were going to dip after WWDC. I don't know why I thought that, but they've never gone down to 173 since, so I should have bought it. I bought it like when it was up to 200, so I lost out on $30, but whatever. So anyways, Apple stock is doing really well. They announced their earnings last week. Their wearables set a new record. I think that a lot of people are wanting to get the Apple Watch. Obviously, I got the Apple Watch during quarantine. It's kind of, I don't know, I've always wanted one, so that worked out. But I think that people are wanting the Apple Watch during quarantine to stay active, to stay fit. I think that that's one reason. Apple services aren't doing as well as they should be, honestly, with people in quarantine. You'd hope that Apple Arcade would take in a lot of users. You'd hope that Apple TV Plus would take in a lot of users. Honestly, those services aren't growing as fast as expected. Apple's supposed to double that services revenue by the end of this year. We'll see if they hit that mark. I hope that they'll be able to do that. We'll have to see. It really depends on if people stick around with Apple TV Plus after their free trials, which are kind of ending in a few months. If you bought a new Apple device, then you get 1 year free of Apple TV Plus, and that's kind of starting to end as it started in September of 2019. But anyways, Apple stocks have rebounded super well. Speaking of the stock market, this is really interesting. So Sonos, as it says here in the national interest, Sonos just posted a big second quarter loss. Would Apple buy them? You guys, I think that this would be a terrific idea, especially as we're hearing rumors of new HomePods coming out at WWDC this year, June 22nd. I think that Apple's integration with Sonos could be incredible as Apple tries to build out this home system that they've started off with the HomePod, but they need kind of more of a base. Sonos has more experience in that than anybody else. We have a few Sonos speakers around the house here, and they work really well together. Sonos has an incredible system. So I think that that would be really smart for Apple to consider buying Sonos, especially as their market value decreases. Their market research and their technology would be awesome for Apple to implement into their system. Plus, we like Sonos. Plus, guys, we really like Sonos. If you check out this tweet from one of the Sonos co-founders, listen to what he says here. First of all, some context. We don't like Spotify. It's like in middle school where like you have the cool kid and then you have like the copycats that are like trying to follow him, and then you have like the bullies and stuff. Spotify is definitely the bully in this situation. Apple's the cool kid like that everybody wants to be friends with, and he's like actually really nice to everyone. But then you also have people like Samsung that are just copycats, but they're kind of weird at the same time. Sonos is friends with Apple. Sonos is one of the really cool kids that you'd want to be friends with. Spotify is probably one of the worst because they are always making fun of Apple. If you have a Spotify subscription, I encourage you to cancel it, get Apple Music, because we don't support Spotify. Listen to what John McFarlane, Sonos co-founder, said about Spotify. Spotify, in their most recent lawsuit to Apple to open up walls or whatever, absolutely ridiculous, by the way. Spotify's always complaining that they can't stream music to Apple Watch, and like there's all these things keeping them from fully integrating with Apple Watch. Pandora implemented that over the weekend, so Pandora's like, Spotify, I don't know what you're talking about. I literally implemented this. Like, it's so lame. Spotify is so petty. They even made a whole website called Time to Play Fair, and they like make fun of Apple. So lame. Anyways, here's what John McFarlane said about Spotify. He says, solid irony here. Having worked with both Apple and Spotify, I would say it's significantly more difficult to work within Spotify's closed ecosystem than Apple's. Respect and appreciate both companies, but open, Spotify is not. It's like, I love how he finishes with like a Yoda saying. He's like, open, Spotify is not. It's like, man, John McFarlane throwing fire. I love it. Super cool. So we are fans of Sonos. If Apple were to buy Sonos, I think that would be a fantastic idea. They already bought Beats for $1 billion, and as Sonos is losing market, let's see what Sonos's market cap is at right now, actually. Okay, so again, Sonos posted a loss for the second quarter, but also we have the whole coronavirus thing going on right now. You'd think that Sonos's stocks would have significantly recovered or or gotten up during coronavirus because people are staying at home more. They want to buy home speakers. I bought this HomePod during quarantine because I really wanted to have like a great speaker in my room because I'm going to be here a lot more. So you'd think that Sonos would jump up a lot more than they have, but they haven't gotten back to where they were pre-quarantine, so that's not a good sign. And they did post second quarter losses. Okay, so you can see here on the right-hand side, third one down, it says market cap 1.15 billion. So technically that would be a larger acquisition than Beats at this point, unless Apple could work the price down. I think that Apple should look at them seriously as a possible acquisition. If it continues to drop, then obviously we can wait it out and see if we can get them for less than they are now. But Sonos, great company. I love their products, and I think that they would be a great addition to Apple. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. It means a lot to me. Please, if you like this, like the video down below, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I figured during this quarantine time is the best time to make videos and start a YouTube channel. I love this. It's so much fun so far. So thanks for the great journey so far. You guys have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Please share this with your friends. Do everything you can if you enjoy this content. It really means a ton to me. So thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon. Have a great day, you guys.